drop in the chat and let us know where you are joining us from. We have an amazing session today where we're going to hop into just explaining a little bit more about the prize, and you'll get a chance to hear from some of our alumni of the program. So I'm super excited to be with y'all today. Yeah, definitely drop in the chat. Let us know where y'all joining us today. All right. Okay, we have Atlanta, we have Boston, NYC, LA, Chicago. Okay. Boston. We have Seattle. Okay, Seattle, Indianapolis, Detroit. Love you some Detroit. Ghana, nice. Virginia, Michigan. Okay. Can you hear me now, Laura? Salt Lake City, Cambridge, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, welcome in. Washington, D.C., Nairobi, Durham Hill. Oh, Chapel Hill. Good. Texas, Allen, Texas, Chicago, Chi-Town. I already knew somebody was going to drop it in here. Houston. Yeah, there we go. Christine's in Houston too. Hey, Houston. Welcome to the... Welcome. Listen, we're going to give it like 2 more minutes for some people to start rolling in. But as you hop in, definitely drop in the chat and let us know where you're coming in from. LA, Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn. Good to see y'all. Atlanta always comes in. There we go. Pretty heavy, pretty deep. So let's see. Let's see which area is gonna take it over today. We still have more people trickling in. So as you are coming in, drop in the chat and let us know where you're joining us from. Also, let us know, have you started your application? Have you submitted the application? Let us know where you are in the process. Also, feel free to take this time to introduce yourself while we're giving like 2 more minutes for people to hop in. Ariana, North Carolina, stand up. I see you. West Palm. Okay. Always Florida. Always Florida. Everything active. Me make money. All right. Well, good to see y'all. Listen, we're happy that you were able to hop in today. I'm going to actually stop this music and formally welcome everyone here so far. So welcome. My name is Shakia Kegler. I am the program manager at Black Ambition, and I'm super excited to be here with you all today. I am joined by some of the most amazing team members that anybody could ask for. So team members, colleagues, leadership, as you can see, we are always very engaged and active when it comes down to putting information out about the prize. So you'll see in the chat, Christine Joseph, she's going to be in there dropping some information in chat. Jermeen, let's see where she's in here as well. She's going to be dropping some information. Jermeen Sherman's, she's going to be dropping information in the chat along with, I think Semia's in here as well. So she's going to be dropping some information in the chat. If you see anything or if you have any questions, definitely you can use the chat function to ask those questions. And then we're also going to add in some different links that you may need. So helpful links to get you through this session, but also get you on to this next phase of submitting your application for the Black Ambition Prize. So definitely looking forward to seeing that. This session, for our agenda for today, we're going to go through just a general overview of the prize competition. Then we're going to hop into just our interviews with our alumni, our amazing alumni that's on the call today. And then we're going to open it up for applicant questions. So any questions that you have for our amazing panelists or for us, the Black Ambition team, definitely let us know. And we'll take that time to kind of give you some space to hop off, to come off mute and ask the questions that you may have. Okay. So, without further ado, just learning a little bit more about Black Ambition. If you are new here, Black Ambition was founded in 2020 by Pharrell Williams with the mission to close the racial wealth gap and focus on investing in underrepresented founders that are often overlooked by traditional venture capital funding. So this really just gives us an opportunity to one dive deeper into what, the mission of what we're supposed to be doing and investing in the community, but through three different lenses with a focus on coming together, combining our resources, and creating a plan that allows us to not just survive but thrive and create that future that we're looking to exist in bold and unapologetically. So super excited for that. We take a three C's approach where we focus on capital, coaching, and community. And that's how we, focus on diving deeper into the community, one through our our Black Ambition Prize program, but also through some of the different programming that we put on throughout the year. Now, if you are interested in participating, or of course you're interested because you're here, but our top verticals for this Black Ambition Prize, it comprises of consumer products and services, healthcare, media and entertainment, technology, and artificial intelligence. Now, this gives us the opportunity to one, leverage those verticals that Pharrell has, connections and networks in place with, but also allows us to provide key support and resources to individuals in specific industries. So that definitely helps a lot, and it allows us to be laser focused and really good at what we do. I just got to say it, right? But the other piece of it is through this prize competition, you have the opportunity to compete for 20,000 up to $100,000. So I just dropped that link in the chat as well. You can go to the website to find out more information about this prize competition and how you can get involved. Now, not only do we provide capital, if you're selected, as a finalist for this program, we also have some amazing coaching programs, 3-month coaching that's going to help you get through some of those tough to answer questions that you may have about your venture, but also a community. I don't know about y'all, but in the space of entrepreneurship, it can get lonely. So having a community definitely helps. And we have one of the best community managers, community facilitators on our team as well. So definitely shout out to that. If someone is actually, oh, there we go. And then on the other side of that, you also get access to other resources, such as we talked about the mentorship, but access to marketing support. You get access to Amazon credits, different credits to support with whether you have a cloud-based solution, also just training and graphic design support as well. So there are a number of different resources that we also provide in addition to this top like overarching category. Just some key dates for you to take a look at or just be familiar with is the applications are open right now. So we opened applications on February 25th. Applications close on May 2nd. So you still have some time to get those applications in, but applications close on May 2nd at 9 p.m. Pacific. Okay. So make sure you get the applications in on time. If you've already started your application, yes, congratulations. If you haven't, you got some time, but don't take too much time, right? We want to make sure we get them in and give you some time and space to kind of play around with that. Next would come the finalists will be notified in June. Finalists would then have the opportunity to participate in our Black Ambitionist mentorship program, which will run from July to October. And during that, that Black Ambitionist mentorship program, we will be selecting the top 40 to 50 finalists. Also, I didn't mention we will be selecting between 150 to 200 semifinalists this year. So out of those, we will select the top 40 to 50 finalists, and that will be that will be announced in September. So September, you'll hear about that. And then the public voting competition runs, which is just a supplemental, it's additional opportunity for you to put some information out about your business and win some additional funding. But it'll run from September to October. And then we have our National Demo Day celebration, which I'm pretty sure our alumni they're gonna talk about the demo day and how demo day went. But that will be in November. So just so you have something to look forward to, some dates, understand, what needs to be done, you have the opportunity. Now, I also mentioned that, some of the work that we've done over the last few years, well, 5 years to be exact, comprise of, the Black Ambition Prize and some of the other programming that we've run, but I didn't give you the numbers. I didn't run the details for you, right? So let me do that right now. So over the last 5 years, we have invested over $13 million in 131 diverse businesses that are focusing on building businesses of the future, right? They have went on to raise more than $280 million. Not only that, they're generating 265 million in revenue. And also, of course, as we build, we grow together. They're hiring at a rate of 4.3. So these are new employees in these companies and building businesses that are supporting our community. So we got to give it up to our founders. And of course, today we have four of our amazing alumni who are going to share some information with you. So without further ado, let's hop into that. All right, so this is our esteemed list of alumni prize winners from previous years. I want to make sure that you all can see them on the screen. Yes, I want to make sure that you all can see them on the screen. So our first question is going to kick off with, tell us a little about yourself. And we're kind of going to start with the order that we have on the screen. So we'll start with D'Angelo and end with Anna for right now. And then we're going to popcorn it a little bit based off of some of the questions that we have. And then I'll stop asking questions and let the applicants ask some questions. So listen up because you may hear something. D'Angelo, would you like to take it?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm D'Angelo. I'm a South Florida native, and just growing up, community-led organizations really poured into me. So that led me on a journey to founding All Peak to provide them with a custom community platform and empowering them to really own it. So these are organizations that has been exploited on traditional social platforms. They're thinking about building it from scratch. So we relieve them of that and integrate it within their websites and apps. And Black Ambition has been with us since we won our award back in 2022. And they set the tone for like our traction, and they still do. But I'm looking forward to share more about that. Good to be here with y'all.
Thank you, D'Angelo.
Hello, I'm Nicole Cuervo. This is my cat who keeps not letting go. And my company is Spring Rose. So we design easy-on bras for women who have limited mobility. And I started the company in honor of my grandmother Rosa, who was an incredible, independent, unstoppable woman, but had a lot of chronic pain. And so it's difficult for her to get dressed in the morning. And I couldn't find any solutions in the market for her. So after doing a lot of research, decided I would start it myself. And we've been in business. Well, we started in 2020. We've been in the market for a year and a half, and I became a Black Ambition winner this past fall. So the 2024 cohort, and it's been really amazing since. So yeah, happy to answer any questions and help people out.
Thank you, Nicole.
Hey, y'all. I'm Ariana Edwards. I am the founder and CEO of Vela Shoes. Vela is a corporate-inspired footwear brand for women who wear extended shoe sizes. So we talking about the big steppers who wear size 9 and up. That was me. Black Ambition is near and dear to my heart. I was with D'Angelo in the OG cohort 2022 when it first came out, and they have been supporting us ever since. But super excited to be chatting with you all today and, talking about how to get capital. So yeah.
Thank you, Ariana.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Cobb. I'm the CEO and founder of Rejuvenation. We are a 100% plant-based energy juice company that provides consumers high energy without the negative effects of jitters or crashes. I was a 2023 Black Ambition Prize winner. Black Ambition has been my best friend in business. I love this community so much, and I'm so excited to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, so next question. We're gonna hop right into it. So as a Black Ambition Prize winner, what role has Black Ambition actually played in supporting your entrepreneurial journey, and how has it impacted your business? So let's start with Anna, actually. We'll start with Anna.
Yeah, so little backstory. I did the pre-accelerator first, and because I did the pre-accelerator, I was able to kind of get a lot of mentorship and really get to know like the Black Ambition community before actually applying for the actual accelerator. I don't know if that is still around, but I will say that because of that, I felt like I organically grew with Black Ambition. And so then when I did actually become a prize winner, they kind of already knew where I struggled and what I needed. So the support that they gave me after winning like the prize, I feel like they almost came to me and was like, hey, this is what you need and this is what we're going to do for you. And because of that, it helped our growth trajectory like a lot. We grew a lot quicker.
I love it. What about you, Ariana?
Yeah. So Black Ambition Prize, I actually launched my company in 2022. So Black Ambition Prize was actually a part of the building the proof of concept, the bringing it to market, and really just helping me sharpen down what exactly it is that I needed to build and how to correctly go to market. So that's why I love the program, and I love that it wasn't, just a couple weeks and you all are off to yourself. It was very focused, very intuitive. I specifically loved my mentor that I was able to get. We're still in touch today. She still is helping me with the company. But Black Ambition Prize really helped me to reimagine how far I could take the company, and also it helped me imagine too how to look at capital and how to look at non-dilutive and fundraising and how to really scale the company. So, and then I would say the last thing is just the community, the people in the room. Me and D'Angelo, like we chatted about collabing. It's just so much energy within this certain community. So that's what I love about it specifically.
Thank you. And Nicole?
Yay. I think one of the pieces that sets Black Ambition apart is once you become a prize winner, they ask you what you're looking for, like how can they help you? And I don't remember exactly what I wrote. I remember one thing, and I'm very sad I don't remember the rest. But I said I wanted and I needed more exposure, just generally more awareness that we exist. It's only been like 3 to 4 months since we won, and they've already given me like 3 opportunities. It's really an organization that puts its money and efforts where they say they will. And I think a lot of people in organizations say it and then they never follow through. And it's been really incredible being part of this organization and community. And I think, yeah, like Ariana was saying, I have like a best friend from the program and we're chatting later today. She was also prize winner. It's just like, it's a great place to be and the people are so wonderful. So it's just great.
Thank you.
Not to sound like a broken record, like what they're saying is really our experiences. So like for us, they also invested in us in our earliest stages as a tech company, like our very first MVP. And the community, like beyond the check, like I know we do need the checks to help with our limited runway, but it's really the community where we can build relationships with founders that could intro us to other individuals. But even the Black Ambition team themselves and the events that they host, they create spaces for us to really connect with those individuals that align with us. And I think the biggest differentiator, no shame to the other programs out there, but it's really the intentionality behind the company and the organization as a whole. It feels like a family reunion. It may look like it on social media, but it's really that as it pertains to community and connectivity. And when, like when we're looking for programs and accelerators, like our expectations is to get help. And it's really that, like from the programming, as a semifinalist, there's a lot of value there when you're connecting with the mentors and other companies. And for those who get the opportunity to become a prize winner, it's insane. Like we were able to go from MVP 1 to 3 to having a scalable product now to closing enterprise contracts. And that's because the decision of showing up and just creating those opportunities and building on top of those relationships. And a lot of us come from communities that are underrepresented. So it's easy to feel like when we're in these spaces where folks may have exited companies, raised a lot of money, and et cetera. Like that's more of a reason of why we belong because of the diverse experiences and our knowledge and expertise that we do have. So it's only a matter of time. If this year isn't your year, please keep applying. And what we're saying is no cap. Like it's really that. And community is where I would suggest everyone starts, because that's where we can really activate and reiterate as we build these companies that will change these generational curses that we are faced with and systematic challenges. But yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, one thing that Nicole mentioned is the opportunity to just be, exposed to new opportunities, new events, new places, new spaces. So I have one other question about the Black Ambition Prize experience overall. I would like to ask, give us a quick, example of what demo day was like, and how you've been able to leverage your experience as a prize winner. But also, we know that there are some other spaces and places that some of you have shown up as well. So Martha's Vineyard, Ghana, some of these other places. So let's talk about that as well. So how did you leverage your experience as a Black Ambition prize winner, and then just some of the other ways that you were able to get exposed? So whoever wants to take it first.
I'll take off. So like one thing, I'll start with the program. It prepared us to shape and stand in our story as like founders of the businesses that we're building. So when we do show up in these rooms, we can naturally just, tell our story, connect in a genuine way. And then after being prize winners, we get presented these opportunities. Like I was fortunate enough out of the many amazing founders to go to Ghana and speak on the panel and share our story, which led me to leaving with 4 engineers that we hired. But just that itself, like, of course, like some of the questions or doubts came to mind, but we put in the work to be ready, and the programming from the Black Ambition team prepared us. So when those opportunities do come, it's natural and we can execute on that. So like, other than just being able to get a check, and for like demo day specifically, typically when I've participated in other programs, it feels extremely competitive. But the Black Ambition demo day is more like, hey, like everyone's supporting, everybody's rooting for you, and it just feels like you going up there to really talk your ish. And while finishing like presenting and etc., there's folks also there, like the Black Ambition team there to help you navigate the room and introduce you to the people that you want to connect with. So one of the things they do ask is for a wish list for founders to share, like, what if you can have everything that you wanted in order to be successful or achieve life uninterruptedly, what is that? And they intentionally try to execute on that. And from our experiences, they've been over exceeding expectations.
I love it. Thank you.
Okay, so another quick backstory. So when I first met Black Ambition, it was at the pull up and pitch competition at Virginia Beach. And I remember meeting Jermeen, and she was like, hey, like, I think you should apply for Black Ambition. I'm like, I'm super shy. I'm like, I don't know who this lady is, all these things. And so, but what I will say is doing Black Ambition turned me from a creator into a business owner. So I had a product, I knew how to make my product, that's all I knew. I didn't know how to network, I didn't know how to talk to investors, anything like that. Then fast forward last year, I get to go to Martha's Vineyard, and I'm in a room with people who are like billionaires and millionaires, whatever. And I'm like, how am I even here right now? Like they give you the opportunity and they put you in places where you probably would have never even thought that you belonged in. But it's because they take you through such meticulous training, and because they put you in these rooms and these spaces that allow you to feel like you're a part, that it turns you into this, like someone in the comments said, a professional networker, a business owner. You know what you're talking, you know exactly what you're doing, you know how to pitch, you know how to stand in these rooms and feel like you belong. So that's like just my 2 cents.
I'll go next. We had our kind of demo day in Miami, and it was awesome. I would say Black Ambition, they gave us a seat at the table. And, just like Anna said, you are in this program for months, right? You're working on your company, you're preparing your pitch. And when it came to that demo day and it was time to sit at a table beside millionaires and people like you. Black Ambition Prize helped me become ready so I didn't have to get ready. And that's what I love about it. The pitch that I originally created from Black Ambition was the same pitch that I use in every other pitch competition. And those foundational things actually led me to winning over $100,000 from pitching. So just that element that specifically was amazing to me. And, also just feeling super, super prepared when you are talking to people about your business, about your company. And I think that those two elements are probably two of the most impactful things because we don't get that many opportunities to be there beside people. And then the intentionality beside the seating arrangements, even that, me sitting beside somebody in consumer tech and right across from somebody from Facebook, and this is your time to shine. And I think as you see Black Ambition, this is a community that allows you to do that and allows you to be unapologetic, even if we are early stage or even if we went to an HBCU. So that's what I would say.
Really quickly, because I know we have a lot to get through. Echoing what everybody had said, but my company wasn't it's early, but it wasn't as early as it seems everybody else's because y'all were from 3 years ago. I'd already raised, I'd already done these things. I still got so much value out of it so to the point that Ariana just said, they're very intentional who they seat you next to, who they bring, what connections they're trying to foster for you. But apart from that, there was a lot of training and sessions, necessarily content I had heard at other accelerators I've been part of. It was net new, which is really, really valuable. And being part of those, especially because you get to do it in person with the other prize winners, it just creates a world of opportunity. Like from my week with Black Ambition leading up to demo day, I have a vision and a way of scaling my company that wasn't possible for me before. And oh no, did I freeze?
We could still hear you.
Okay,
So
but I'm
good.
probably frozen in a weird position. That's fine. So I now have a vision and a path forward that I didn't before. And part of that is the education that they provide. And part of that is also the people that are in the room, other winners. They have amazing resources, connections, backgrounds. And so when you become friends with the other prize winners, that also opens up a whole world of mutual support and mentorship for you.
I love it. Thank you for validating that for us, Anna. So I mentioned we focus on 3 C's: capital, coaching, and community. As you can hear, it definitely provides that value and that support that you need. Now, to get to where you are, all of these amazing wins, let's talk about where it started. Let's talk about the application process. Like, you give us the quick and dirty from if you were where the applicants are today. Like, what was it like? What were some of the tools that you used to kind of make sure that you were filling out the application properly? Like, give us the understanding of what that was like. How did you leverage the resources that you had to complete your Black Ambition application?
Are we starting with me or?
Whoever, yeah, we'll start with you.
So it started with I pretty much went through like the Black Ambition team's LinkedIn and started connecting with members in their network to start pitching them to so like I found out there was this guy who was on their board at the time, and I pitched him and was like, hey, I'm interested in going into Black Ambition. Would love to learn a bit more about the organization and how do you see my company that I'm building, how I'm viewing it aligns with their organization. He gave some great insights, but I also took it further. I went to like YouTube, and so like Felicia, Pharrell, and Virgil has a interview on YouTube where they're speaking about the inception of Black Ambition. And that gave me a lot of insights and the reason why that they were building the company. And I basically just took our views for like all peak of empowering organizations to have equity and ownership of the platform and ensure that my responses to the questions also align with the alignment of their organization. And really, I bragged about the traction. So at times, especially in the early journey, founders sometimes would tend to kind of hesitate on the things that they would share in the application. So I shared like information about the current prospect investors that I've been talking to and the amount that I'm looking to close within 3 to 6 months. And then I also spoke about the contracts that we did close from investors and the amount of traction we had on the MVP that we had at the time. And so basically what I'm trying to say is really brag about your traction, even if you have a newsletter of a community that you're building. That speaks to your vision and your end goal. So make sure that you align with where you currently are from a traction perspective, your team, and connect that with the overall vision. Like when it comes to doing these applications, a lot of time it's concise responses is the best way to really get them to understand what you're doing, and then you can add the additional details. So I also reached out to Ariana as well to kind of get insight and other individuals within the Black Ambition ecosystem that I could access at the time of my network, and that kind of helped me. But yeah, it's been a blessing. So just setting intentions to find out the information that you need as it pertains to your business to shape up your application.
I'll hop in next. Definitely being a part of like one of the first cohorts, I utilized a lot of my HBCU connects to help me with the application. I think that Black Ambition is incredible because they truly bring individuals from diverse backgrounds, from HBCUs to, you know, help assist with whether that's mentorship, application, what have you. So I think number one thing was, ooh, I seen this come out, going straight to my entrepreneurship professor. What do I need to do to get prepared? And then also, you know, some of the individuals in the chat, you may have early companies. Definitely what D'Angelo said, leaning on traction. Even if it's like, hey, I, you know, got my email list and I got the first 100 people on there. I think one thing I specifically highlighted was really timeline about how I was able to get the traction as well. They saw that, you know, they saw that this girl was moving and she was progressing over a short amount of time. Even if it may have not been huge at the time, me highlighting that traction was super important to let them know that, hey, I'm still going to do this thing. I'm going to rock this thing out, right? Even if Black Ambition says, hey, I'm going to see you next time. And then I think another thing as well is that I truly, truly emphasize was the opportunity. You all have amazing businesses. We know our businesses more than anybody else. We have to figure out how to really communicate the big opportunity at hand, right? These are individuals who are investing in you. So I make sure to point out, listen, we are becoming the next Cole Haan for corporate women. That's the opportunity. So, hey, you want to get in or you don't? So those elements, and especially really highlighting that go-to-market strategy, those things really will help with your application to let them know that, to let them know that you are a qualified candidate and that you will take this process serious, right? It's not a month, you know, it's over a course of time. And so they want to know that they're investing in you, the founder specifically.
Two things. One is start early. You have time. You're going to write something. You'll be like, this is the best thing I've ever written. And then you're going to read in 3 weeks. You're going to be like, this is rambling and half of this can be deleted and I can shorten that over there. And it's just going to be so much better. You have fresh eyes and a fresh mind to just like go through it again. So that is one, because I like rewrote my thing a few times. And then 2, D'Angelo touched upon it. Be very straightforward, be very clear. You don't need to use big words. You don't need to be like, I synthesize the whatever and emphasis and found all these synergies, like none of that, you know, just like very clearly to Ariana's point about the Cole Haan analogy. I think ours is like, we make easy on bras. You know, if that's all I got to tell you about my business, that's all I'm going to tell you. And so these people who are reviewing hundreds and thousands of applications. The more straightforward, the more simple, the more clear you can make it for them. So they're not digging through trying to understand what your business is or like what you're doing. The easier you make your job, their job, and the easier and better your chances, because if somebody reads the application and can't immediately tell somebody else what it is you do, it's too complex. So make sure you go through it. If you want to use ChatGPT after you write it, fine, to like help you along, but make sure it sounds like you. I've read applications that are ChatGPT'd and they're so convoluted and you're like, what am I reading? Does this make sense? Sometimes they're circular. And then the rest of the application doesn't match the writing style. And it's just be very thoughtful about using AI tools. It's not like the biggest crime in the world, just like a little bit.
I also wanted to say, all those things were like everything I was gonna say, but also really try to like persuade the reader on why you're the perfect person for the job. So trying to get them to understand, like, okay, what is it like? Is it your story? Is it your background? Is it something you've experienced? Is it your education? You know, what is it that makes me believe that I should invest in you? And if you can convey that in your application, I feel like that puts all the pieces together. You can talk to your traction, you can do all those things, but really trying to make that whole storyline flow will really make your application stronger than your quote unquote competitor.
I love it. I love the point about the storyline, also adding in that traction. Like, what have you done thus far for us to really, understand that you're taking this just as serious as you would like us to take it as well. So I love that. Also, we've dropped some links in the chat for resources, along with the episode, the interview that D'Angelo mentioned as well. So make sure you go ahead and click on some of those and take the opportunity and time to just research and be ready for this application. We have in our FAQ section, a breakdown of the different components of the application and how, they're getting evaluated. So you literally have the tools at your disposal. So make sure you are taking advantage of them. At this moment, I want to take some time and ask our applicants that are on the call if they have any questions. So definitely use the hand raise feature and we will, perfect. So we see some that already have started to use it. Use that hand raise feature and we will bring you off mute. I'll actually stop sharing for a quick second. Okay, perfect. There we go. Let's start with Dr. Kayla.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, awesome. Hi, I'm Dr. Lev. I'm a biochemist and I design products for hair, skin, and health, and I individualize them as well for people and brands. And my question for the panel is, what is the biggest internal shift or mindset change that you had to make, to position yourself as a successful founder, especially as a black and brown entrepreneur, navigating through systemic barriers?
I love it.
That no matter where we are on our journey, we're right where we need to be as far as like, let's say if you need an investor or a partner, there's someone in our network that we can leverage to get to that person that we want to get introduced to. It could be like local events or reaching out to someone on LinkedIn to get connected with. Hopefully I have somebody in my network that you can connect with so you can reach out to me. But the mindset shift really came when I went to demo day and I was able to finally meet the people in person that I was connecting with over the programming. And it just showed how real when they say that they're providing us resources and tools so that we can show up uninterrupted and what that really felt like. So now when I go into any room, I'm myself, authentically me, because I know that I have that village on my back as well. But I also have the tools and resources now to really like secure and build the company I want to build as myself and just go with that. So wherever you are on your journey, it's all right. Definitely lean in and reach out and get what you need to get.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. Good to meet you as well.
Shy, you want to go next?
Yes. Hi, everybody. So my name is Shai Sumter. I'm the owner and founder of Butter Queen Bakery. We focus on lower sugar Southern pound cakes. We have gluten-free and vegan options as well. And so my question is, if we were a part of like other accelerator programs and things of that nature, is that something that would help our application or harm it because it's like, oh, she's already getting assistance from other places? How would that be viewed on as in the application?
I'll just say something real quick because I don't want to take the floor, but it'll help in a way that it's traction. And so it's validating that you have, someone on your cap table, people that you're being introduced to. Typically in the earliest stages, an accelerator is a great way to build community of like aligned individuals that you need to connect with. I might be misspeaking, so I might be overstepping the line here, but I think as long as you don't raise past $1 million, you should qualify for the Black Ambition opportunity through the programming. So that's just extra validation, that's traction, that's definitely something you should brag about and get them reps in. It helps you tell your story. But let me stop.
No, definitely.
you.
It definitely will help. Oh, I'll let you hit this one as well, Shot, but it'll help because it's showing one that you're doing the work. So that like to D'Angelo's point, that traction, but also showing that other people, other organizations are willing to invest that time in that to support you, whether it's their money, their resources, or whatever the case may be. But also it's showing that you're constantly growing. So, if you started out in a startup accelerator and now you have a viable concept, now, it's just showing that traction of growth. So it definitely supports the application.
Thank you.
And also the $1 million. So if you less than up to $1 million in dilutive funding. So this is from traditional investors. So if you bootstrap up to 700,000 or whatever the case may be, like you're still good. But dilutive funding is just having someone on that cap table. So if you've done that up thus far, you'll still be able to make it. So Mark, let's go, Mark.
How y'all doing? I'm Mark Jaws. I'm co-founder of Our Sundays, which we're a social impact organization based in Salt Lake City, Utah. And through my research, I've seen a lot of actual physical products. I didn't hear everyone speak, which thank you all for being here today. It's been wonderful hearing y'all. It's been an actual physical product. What we do, we create different experiences and events for individuals in the state, Black professionals specifically, to help with retention. And we work with different organizations, not organizations, businesses in the state. So my question really is there room here for the Black Ambition Prize for most like strictly service-based businesses or organizations without a physical product when our product is bringing in people to participate?
So the answer to that question is we have a consumer products and services. So the answer is yes, but how are you doing this, right? How can you scale this business? Is it heavy on the service? Like what does the next 5 years of growth look like? Is there some way that you can automate this so you can reach that next pinnacle of growth? So just thinking about what are some of your growth strategies? How do you plan to scale this service-based business? Because eventually with service-based businesses, you have to have some component of, a bunch of people or either a technology or a solution to help kind of automate this. So what does the future of your venture look like? We know what it looks like right now, but let's think about what the future of it looks like. Does that help, Mark?
Very much so. Thank you.
Absolutely. D'Angelo asked that question. Was there a tech component? Okay, perfect. Lance, we'll jump over to you.
Sweet, thank you. I'm Lance. I'm the founder of Saray. Essentially, I'm in Ghana right now, and I actually just had a meeting with the Central Bank of Ghana. And one big problem that they have is that sometimes they run out of dollar liquidity. So if a business in Ghana needs to make a large transaction to the States, then sometimes the bank doesn't have the liquidity on demand. So we're building a solution for the bank to essentially issue stable coins that can be used to access dollar stable coins and fulfill payments faster. The thing is that Ghana doesn't yet have virtual asset legislation. So we're working in regulatory uncertainty. We have been in the past year since we've been founded, but we do believe that ultimately this is going to be, something that we can do with perfect compliance, but we just don't know when. I was wondering if that's attractive or unattractive. We've spoken to investors, and overall the sentiment is that regulatory uncertainty is unattractive.
Question, do you have an AI component within tech stack? Is it SaaS-based, a SaaS-based model?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so my company is a SaaS-based model. So SaaS, subscription as a service. But if you're incorporated in the States here, I would say so, but I don't think it's my job here to say that. But I believe so. If you were talking to me offline, I would say definitely.
Cool. Okay.
And
It
I'm
makes me
gonna
feel better.
actually tap onto Jermaine to see if she can kind of get some feedback on that question as well.
Yes,
Cool.
happy to. And sorry, I think I'm addressing the same question here in the chat. It was about so a couple things to note. One, on the eligibility side, we recognize that you guys are building businesses across the globe, right? You might be working with teams in different countries on different ventures, and that's perfectly fine. But we do require, from an eligibility perspective, that the team lead, the primary applicant, has to be based here in the States, and the business venture that you're requesting funding for has to be domiciled in the States, meaning you have to be registered as a business entity legally here in the States. I think that I'm
Mhm.
probably addressing the question there in the chat. To your question, really around the sort of regulatory environment, that's not something that we haven't navigated before. For example, a couple of years ago, it was things that were emerging in kind of the cannabis space. What we want to say is that you've done a really good sort of market analysis, and that even if you are navigating regulatory challenges in some industries, there's a clear pathway towards revenue generation in another. So maybe like market 1, 2, and 3 are uncertain, but you know that you've got that from a policy perspective, laws are on your side, and these smaller markets 3, 2, and 4, and that you are monitoring sort of policy developments, and over the next 2 years, you expect to be able to make a decision on 1, 2, and 3. What we want to know is that you are intimately acquainted with sort of what the regulatory challenges are, that you've got your fingers on the pulse of what's happening, but more importantly, that you understand the difference in markets.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are domiciled here in the US just for cross-border transfers. We're doing business in Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Lance. Uchi, did I say it? Uche? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, so my name is Uche. Hi guys. Yeah, I really loved everything you guys talked about. I feel like I've learned so much already. My question, and I'm working on a startup called BizMoon here in Seattle, and our goal is to enable businesses, mostly around like retail, to adopt or like rent robots to help them with their workflows. This is like still a new startup, and my question is around like finding people to work with. For a lot of you, you mentioned when you applied for Black Ambition, you were still starting out. I'm wondering how you were able to like choose your teams, and also if Black Ambition provides any resourcing to like help with that.
I'll hop in here because I know I kind of put in the chat. I was a solo founder when I applied, but I did have contractors that I was working with. Black Ambition definitely will help you as you get accepted with more resources. But specifically, I utilize this resource called iWorker.co. You can get virtual assistants as low as $7.99. And when I was graduating college, that's what I needed. But yes, so yeah, contractors, that I would say that would probably be the most, that's what I started off with, to find at least an individual to help me with the SEO part, some of the go-to-market things that you have in your application. So you can say, hey, I'm in the process and I'm developing on hiring somebody to help me with this, but this is the blueprint and the roadmap, and this is where I'm headed.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna try to hop to another one. We are getting close to our time, so I'm gonna move on to Lucky. I hope that answers the question, but if not, drop it in the chat and they could definitely answer it. For anyone else who has a hand raised right now, if you can also drop that question in the chat, and let's see if we can get someone to answer it, because we are now at 3:55, well, 3:54. We're getting ready to close out. So Lucky, let's move on to your question really quickly.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Lucky. I am the founder and CEO of Empathy. Empathy is a safe space cafe based in downtown LA. And our priority is mental and emotional wellness. So instead of asking, may we take your order, we'll ask, how do you feel? And then we'll cater a drink and a food that will either enhance or alter the current mood that you're in. I did have a question for the panelists, whether it's before Black Ambition, during Black Ambition, or after. Was there a moment or a lesson that you could share that, you know, helped even propel your business or your entrepreneurial savvy even further? Was there, you know, just a period or a moment during this whole, you know, journey of yours that you could share?
Perfect. Anyone wants to take this one? Nicole, I see you were looking like you want to say something.
Such a broad question. Are you looking for like a resource that we used during the program? Or are you looking for like a moment in the program that stands out to us?
No, basically what I'm, because I've been on this journey, you know, for a moment, and I like to hear just from entrepreneurs, like whether it was through their struggle or if they had to, you know, uh, uh, shift or migrate or do something differently, you know, like what was it that, you know, helped you to, you know, like learn a lesson or get through, you know, a pretty tough period?
I'll chime in. So for me, it's like just showing up at times. I may be drained, burnout, uh just showing up to the networking events that aligns with my business. And I just noticed that, especially when it comes to the Black Ambition events, a lot of our targeted customers and investors are there. So I would have a mindset like, nah, I'm not really trying to go, but I need to. And then showing up, it's an amazing experience. It re-energizes me, and it just teaches me like on when you find your community and the places and spaces that you need to be, when you show up, that community there is also there to energize you and recharge you. So just a reminder of like, for me, just showing up and how that plays a role on the overall journey, and just being true and vulnerable in that. Like, it's okay to, you know, be in that current emotion that you're in, but making sure that you're being intentional about it, and seeking help, like being transparent with where you currently are in your journey. So sharing updates to like investors and stuff like that, or folks that you are looking to partner with. So keeping in contact via text, email, in-person meets, handwritten letters and stuff like that. I noticed the little things, and being intentional has helped me along my journey, and just building those relationships. Other than building a profitable business, like being intentional about building those relationships and being authentic to that has allowed me to keep going. And it helps me sustain that passion that I have. So that's what I would share. But amazing company. What you're doing, it sounds amazing.
Definitely appreciate that. Listen, we are at our 3-minute mark. We really appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much to all of the alumni who hopped on and shared their experiences with us. If you have any questions in the meantime, let me actually share this as well. If you have any questions in the meantime, the link to apply for the application is here. I'm also going to go ahead and drop it in the chat as well. But if you have any specific questions that you're not able to find on the website, or throughout any of the content or any other information, we also have another Black Ambition Prize Q&A that's coming up. It's going to be on April 22nd. So you can also register for that one to get some of your prize specific questions answered. Also, if you are going through the process and you're working on your application, and let's say, for example, you run into a technical issue, feel free to reach out to the support team at UNoodle. They will be able to provide some support and help you get over that technical hump, along with checking out all of the different resources on our website, from our 2024 impact report to taking a look at some of the founders that we've previously invested in and constantly work with, going through some of our social media posts and seeing some of the events and opportunities, taking a look at some of the founders that are on our profile, just taking a look and see what does the history look like that's going to help you prepare a application that's going to blow us out of the water, right? But thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and drop some more links in this chat for you. If you have any questions, you can join that next Q&A session that's coming up on April 22nd. And until then, thank you so much to our alumni for coming back. We really appreciate you. And we're so proud, and we can't wait to continue to support you along this journey as you continue to grow and scale. We're right over there on the sidelines cheering you on. So thank you. All right, everyone. Well, that is it. I will see you all next time. Okay? All right, peace.